Hey, I'm Matt. Uh, Welcome to Safe Bets, where we turn our addictions into profit. Hopefully, uh, this goes well. I'm looking at Polymarket right now, and I see what I think is a safe bet for us, where the expected returns, or what I could guess, far outweigh, uh, the distribution that's currently available on online. Uh, They have the odds at 15% versus 75%, when I think the toss up between highest grossing movie in 2026 uh, is going to be 50-50. I think between Spider Man and Avengers, it's going to be a lot closer than they're saying. And it actually moved from 15 to like 81 while I was making this. And it's gone even further since. So right now, I'm labeling this as a safe bet. Here's why. I use linear regression with the inflation adjusted numbers on the Avengers movie and on the Tom Holland Spider Man series. And it comes out to an expected $4.3 billion, which there's no way. Avengers is doing 4.3, and there's no way the Tom Holland Spider Man movie is doing 3.5 billion. But what they do give is a good estimate of their projections relative to one another. And so, what we have to take into consideration is the Avengers movie will only have the first 2 weeks uh, that it'll be out. Uh, and what we have from that is we have a range of 3.23 to $3.44 billion expected off of linear regression. And if we do 78%, like Endgame did, we have $3.3 billion in the first 2 weeks of Avengers. That's what we're expecting. Tom Holland predicts 3.5. So really, we're dealing with a number of 3.35 versus 3.5, which I think is much closer than what we had over there, which was, a 15% to 75%. Now, I didn't do the math on, variance. What are the odds of this going higher than it would anticipate, and what are the odds of this going lower, and both of those corresponding? But I don't think linear regression is the best model for modeling this and their projected numbers. One reason I would say is we only have three Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. We only have four Avengers movies, and I think if we take into consideration the reason a lot of us saw the last Spider-Man movie was because of uh, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield being in it. It like extremely uh, shapes the progression line on the Spider-Man movies. Now, you could say that for Endgame because Endgame was like kind of an outlier, um, but Affinity War tracked pretty well as well. So I don't know. But if we look at average returns, the average returns of the inflation adjusted numbers of an Avengers movie is 2.53 billion. And the average returns for a Tom Holland Spider-Man movie is 1.63 billion. And so 2.5 so 1.63 is about 64% of 2.53. So if both of these movies pan out to be average, which I'm thinking they will be, Avengers only has to do 64% in its first 2 weeks, which I would say is pretty likely. The ranges I was getting from AI are around like 60 to 80% on first 2 weeks returns. And I think it's going to be heavily skewed because it's been a while since we've had an Avengers movie, and it's coming out uh, during Christmas break. So it'll be a time when a lot of people will have time off to go and see it. And it'll be the time, if they plan on going to see it, that they will go and see it. So I expect Avengers to do, you know, at least 64% of its returns during that period. And here's what else we got. This is what I'm thinking for my reasonings that these will be, you know, average movies. You know, there's there's no Tobey Maguire, no Andrew Garfield for Spider-Man. The movie's sort of plotless. I don't know who the villain is, and it seems like just a Spider-Man drama with Hulk bait. I don't know what I care. I don't really know what the stakes are. It's not like a storyline that really captures people. To me, it's just another Spider-Man movie. And I think the bulk of people will look at it the same way that I do. Like I don't care. Why do I want to go and see this? Not answering the question of who the villain is and what the stakes are, and it kind of being ambiguous in what it is. It's bad for the Spider-Man movie. It doesn't attract me to go and see it. It doesn't make me any more attracted to go see it than any of the last ones. And the only reason I was interested in the prior movie was because of these two. The other Spider-Men that I've known before are going to be in it, and that's the only thing that attracted me to that one. And I think that was the big reason it did the numbers that it did the last time. I don't think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is that great. I haven't really cared for the other movies either. Uh, and here's what I think about Avengers. I mean, it's been 7 years since we've had an Avengers movie, and people are hungry for an Avengers movie, and they're hungry for Marvel to be good. Let's be honest. And it's weird is I almost don't even think about Spider-Man in the category of a Marvel movie. I know we're delving into like obscure details that don't seem very statistical, but you have to think about your mind as you know a complex network of weights that are determining, uh, what you think outcomes should be. And I bet there's a way to model, the accuracy of your mind. So I'll probably be engaging with that before you just say, oh, well, you're just giving your personal opinion about these movies. Yeah, well, in a way, it's meaningful and it means something. I think these have likable and nostalgic characters. I think we're happy to see Captain America back, and hopefully Thor in a better light than he was in his past movie. We have a clear villain, and it's going to be Robert Downey Jr. So I think Avengers has more going for it than we think, even though you know Doctor Doom wasn't built up as well as he could. I think there's more going for the Avengers movie to be. I mean, hopefully, it's not an Ultron where hype for the movies went down and no one really cared. But I mean, I don't see that this is definitely not going to be No Way Home, and this isn't going to be Endgame or even if Infinity War. But I think it's stationed to be above the first Avengers in popularity, and that's enough. That's about enough. If it's above the like first Avengers in popularity, which I think Avengers as a title is just it's becoming a movie event. It's a movie event. It's something that people go to. Oh, like the new Star Wars is out. We're gonna go see it. And everybody saw the first, the, the first one of the new trilogy, but no one really went to the second one. But it's kind of a movie event. I think Avengers is a movie event. I think it's the movie event of the year. Um, and I think it's more likely that these will just be average movies for what they are. And man, if you really subtract out, the nostalgia bait from No Way Home, things are a lot closer than you think. I can't calculate what portion of like these two being in here contributed to people going and seeing that movie, but their absence is going to be felt, and I don't think there's as much hype. And there is a dark horse in all of this, and that's the Odyssey. And I think something that sort of hurts Spider-Man in all of this is that the Odyssey is all right. From what I'm hearing, controversies aside, he still made a good movie. That's what I'm hearing about the Odyssey. We won't get into all that. This isn't a political channel, but controversies aside, Nolan still made a good movie, and that was kind of what I figured about it. I think it was still going to be a decent movie. I'll have to watch it myself to figure out if that's actually true. But that there's a genuine competition for it while it's in theaters um, is probably going to hurt Spider-Man. And I don't know if there's going to be anything on the table competing with Avengers Doomsday when it comes out. Those are my thoughts. I'm labeling highest grossing movie in 2026 for Avengers Doomsday a pretty safe bet, and your ROI on this is definitely not what it's saying it's going to be or labeled as. So I would take it if I were you. All right. Peace out.